Welcome back to Houston Life. She's the heart and soul behind Royer's Pie Haven in Round Top, Texas, which is a cozy spot where faith, food, and family come together in the sweetest way possible.
Yeah, now Tara Royer Steele is taking her story nationwide with a brand new cookbook, Keep Your Fork, There's Pie, already a bestseller on Amazon, even featured in the New York Times. Tara joins us now with more on her latest venture. Actually, this is your second book, correct?
It is.
And it's colorful, it's beautiful. We were just saying during break, I feel like the cover of this book really kind of captures the spirit and the eclectic vibe of Royer's Pie Haven.
It does, because I was telling you the first picture they sent us looked like a barbecue joint. I was like, wait, guys, this is not who I am. And so it definitely says that fun and funky and a little bit old, right? A little vintage.
Almost like stepping back in time. For viewers who have not been to Royer's Pie Haven in Round Top, at the top of the show, I was mentioning that Houston Life went out there 9 years ago in 2016. How would you describe this vibe?
How do I? Well, a lot of people say it's terrorized, haha.
Oh.
But yeah, did you get it? That was a bad dad joke.
That was good.
What is funky and eclectic? It's me. It's what I've grown up with, and I don't hold anything back. And it's a lot of junk also because it's from Round Top. So, I mean, that's a lot of junk and thrift stuff going on. Yeah. I'm like, that's a lot.
Collectibles, Tara, collectibles.
Okay, sorry.
You literally did grow up there, though. You said you started working at the restaurant at 12 years old, which I don't even know if that's completely legal, but
in a family business, it is. It is. Don't you worry. My dad made sure.
Okay, okay. How do you think that shaped you growing up there?
Oh, well, for one, I don't think I had a choice when I was 12. But really, I grew up in Katy off of Mason Road when there was nothing, and we moved to Round Top when I was 12. And so it was pretty much a leap of faith. So I'm like, what do we have to lose? I was at a point where I was leaving, junior or elementary, going to junior high. So I wasn't losing a lot of friends, and it was that. So I didn't have a horrible transition there. I had a great time and made a lot of friends. And so, but growing up, leaving Houston to go to Round Top, that's culture shock.
Big change.
Yeah.
Big change.
Especially back then. It was very different than it is now.
Exactly. There was very little community, but there was community. And Houstonians were already making their way to Houston's and having their second homes there. And so they really saw us coming into the community as a family and just linked arms with us. And even the community, the locals, right? They saw oh, this family's coming into town and befriended us. So I'm still friends with the girls that I met in junior high.
You and your family moved there in 1987. Feels like, whew, that was just yesterday.
In the 1900s.
Back in the 1900s. I loved the video that we showed off the top of today's show of your dad, Bud, sitting in his overalls on the front porch there at Royer's Pie Haven.
Chair, King Bud.
In his chair, and the whole thing was you go to Royer's and Bud's there writing your name down. How's he doing today? Because he's not writing people's names anymore.
He's not writing people's names down. Actually, he's in the hospital right now, guys. So he's been pretty much bedridden for the last year or so. So you can give him a shout out. I'm sure he's loving this right now. I think he's watching from his hospital bed.
I hope you're watching, Bud. We miss you. Quick recovery. We're putting it out there.
Yes, definitely.
Now, you said when you moved to Round Top, it was a leap of faith, and faith is something that is such a major cornerstone for you. Mm-hmm. Why was it important to intertwine your faith with the book?
That's a loaded question. Okay, so for the longest time, we didn't talk about, we don't talk politics and we don't talk
religion.
Religion in the restaurant, right? And then I really got bold one day and courageous. I remember it was table 5. It was a round table. I don't think we have that round table anymore. And it was by the cash register, and I just was like, someone said to me, why are you so excited or happy or joyous? And I was like, well, and so that was just it, where I was like, well, I just have this great story to tell of how God's been so faithful in my life. And that really, I remember that moment going, okay, I'm just gonna start talking about it. And since then, it's just being that obedient person, I guess. And so then the book, well, I for the longest time, though, I could not share my story because we all have brokenness, right? And so I couldn't share my story. People are like, oh, share your story, write a book. And I was like, it might be angry and bitter. So how do you write a story from a healthy position? So that is where I had to do a lot of work. And so now I can share where it's encouraging and empowering and lifting people up.
And along the way, it's doing that, and you're teaching people
How to make pie.
how to make pie.
And we knew nothing about pie when we moved to Round Top, so I was like, I don't know how to make pie. None of us knew how to make pie. There were only 2 pies there, and someone else made them.
Hold on. Whose idea was it then to open Royer's Pie Haven?
Well, that was mine. But
But you
that
didn't
came 14 years later. I mean, that was 14 years ago. So I've
Okay.
been doing it for a while.
Okay.
Sorry, there's so many stories. There's so many ingredients. And
There's so
pieces
many
to the
pies.
pie.
There's so many pies. There's so many recipes. This book is
So many
packed
stories and
with all of
relationships.
that.
Yes.
Do you have a favorite pie? We're gonna keep you around,
I know.
so you can think
It
about
has,
it.
well, okay, 75 recipes. So 50 are pie, 25 sweet and 25 savory. I really love the sweet and salty. It will be my always favorite.
Okay.
But the peanut butter raspberry kind of has my heart right now.
Ooh.
And by the way, Tara is going to be showing us some of her pro tips in the kitchen after we take a commercial break. But before we do that quickly, one of the ways you build community is by doing these community dinners.
Yes, Gather and Grace.
So how does that work? Tell us what it's all
So
about.
every Monday night we host a community-wide family dinner, and it all happened after my mom passed away in 2020. She loved to gather people, and of course, growing up in the restaurant business, always gathered people around food, right? So a simple meal, conversation. So tonight we're serving family dinner, and it's spaghetti, and the cheer team's coming to serve. And last week we had the drill team come. So it really is just building trust around the table and relationships and getting to know people. So when you sit with people and you hear them and see them, then you get to know them. Then you can find out what their needs are, and that really is what Monday night dinner is about.
That's a really cool tradition.
Yeah.
I love that. Well, listen, Tara Royer Steele, sit tight, because when we come back, we're headed into the kitchen to learn some tips. How about that?
Right, we'll still chat about the new cookbook. We're gonna learn her go-to pie tips. So Houston Life, we'll be right back.
I love it.
Okay, we have been giggling all through the break, but we're back. Houston Life. Before the commercial break, we got to know more about this woman, baker, author, and entrepreneur, Tara Royer Steele of Royer's Pie Haven. And before we get in the demo, we have to talk about some pie science.
I failed science. I cheated off of my brother. I hope my
Segment's
children
over,
aren't
people.
watching.
Okay, but you can
bye,
give
y'all.
us some tips, right? Because
Sure.
there's been pies around your whole life. So give us a couple of cheat codes. Give us a couple of tips. Nothing too crazy. I said,
Okay.
did you make this? She goes, I could have made it. I go, okay.
I could have, but at this moment in time, we have a lot of help.
That's
And
perfect.
But okay, soggy bottom, right? People ask like, what do you do about the soggy bottom?
A
Right.
common issue.
A common issue. Well, you could par bake your crust for a little bit, 15 to 20 minutes.
Par bake means like pre-baking it
Yes.
before the filling is added.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yes, you could do that, and that would help. Or you could just bake it and not worry about it and know that it's going to be good because you made it for somebody with love, right?
A
Oh.
good intention.
Exactly.
It's all about that. Well, you know
How
what?
about we let go of perfection, people?
My friend Derek loves a pecan pie.
I do.
Sort of.
Pecan.
This looks perfect.
But
Ba-dum-bum.
could you tell me
Tara
how
taught
to
me
assemble
that.
that? Maybe I could make him one for
Okay, yes.
Thanksgiving.
All right, so this is our pecan pie filling. Do you see all that butter?
Oh, that's all butter.
That's all butter, y'all.
Wow.
So, we should put the pecans on first.
Okay, let's do that.
So on our pecans, you can put both things on there. For our pecan pies, we really work.
They're beautiful.
Thank you. Junior Mammoths, they're the best. And then we're gonna just put both of those, pour that on there.
Okay, here we
And
go.
I mean, really, nothing's fancy here. I think we overcomplicate it. That's why.
Wait,
Look
pecan
at
pie
that.
is just pecans and butter?
Well, I mean, there's a lot of some Cairo in there and some sugar and eggs.
Got it.
We
okay.
put that recipe, I believe, online.
Yes. No, this is just, we're making life simple and not having all the things. Okay, so you can just enjoy the pie. But the thing is with pecans, though, sometimes the crust will go, or the filling, if the crust is cracked, the filling goes underneath and then it rises to the top.
Oh.
So just really want to make sure that your crust has no holes or anything in it. So
Okay.
there's your pecan pie tip. Okay?
Gorgeous.
What if you've pre-baked it or par-baked it, as
Yeah.
you said? Then would you have that same potential issue of
You
it leaking?
shouldn't.
Okay.
But when it comes out par baked and you're like, oh darn, there's a crack in it, we can't really fix it because it's already par baked. So you might as well just make sure it's patched and cook it from.
Can I ask you one more
Hatch it
question
up.
about crust? Okay, so if you're par baking or pre-baking, do you ever put beans on it?
Yes.
'Cause you do?
Yes.
Because otherwise your crust is going to bubble up in the middle.
Or it's all going to sink down in the middle. So you want to put a piece of like parchment paper, and then you could put beans,
Like
or they have
just
pie
like
weights.
dry beans, right?
Yeah,
Or a
it's
pie weight.
cheap. Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha.
Save them.
Tara, I've never seen a pie like this. It is delicious. What am I eating right now?
Oh, that's junkberry. So that has all of the apples, peaches, blackberries, raspberries, strawberries, and blueberries with a sour cream topping.
You
So-
don't say.
Yes. So that one came about because you're making strawberry pie and we have blueberry lemon and you have all these extras, and I was like, oh well, let's just throw all that junk in a shell.
Doesn't
Very
taste like
clever
junk.
idea.
It's delicious.
And are you leaving the texture? Are you blending it up, or you're just chopping the fruit?
Oh no, we don't cut any of the fruit because you want it to have like this, and you don't want to, like, I think a lot of times people overcook the filling or cook it down because I'm like, guys, we're gonna put it in the oven and it's gonna keep cooking. So you don't want to do that. Then it's like baby food.
Oh yeah, I like the texture too. I mean,
Yes.
and we have the recipe on the screen here. I love that you can use frozen fruit for
Yes.
this pie.
Or fresh, because like whose fridge I cleaned out yesterday, and how many pieces of fruit were going bad?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
It
of them
happens
in
a
mine.
lot.
So before your fruit's about to go bad, well, throw all the fruit that's left over in a pie pan.
That's such a clever
That's
idea.
brilliant. That's brilliant.
What are some of the best sellers? Because obviously pecan is a big deal this time of year with Thanksgiving. I mean, are people already flooding you with calls?
They are. They're already ordering Thanksgiving pies.
How many pies are you going to make during this holiday season and during the round top? Like, what would
So
you
Round
say?
Top, we just sold that during that 2 weeks, 2,000 pies,
Wow.
and then 2,000 pastries.
Okay.
That's a lot for that little 400 square foot
But look at these pies.
space.
They're so gorgeous. And then when the holiday season comes around, how many do you sell on average for Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Probably between 7 to 10,000.
Wow.
That sounds like a great. Let's
Guesstimation?
do that.
And you
Okay.
have the film festival coming up
Oh yeah, the film
next
festival.
next weekend.
Next weekend. This weekend, Round Top's the wine festival, and next weekend's the film festival.
So you're getting people really from all
All
over
over.
the world who are stopping in and maybe revisiting the shop or discovering it for the first
Yes,
time.
yes, and I can't tell you what the pie is going to be, but we do have a special pie we're doing for the film festival. It's called the Plot Twist.
Oh, excellent. And
Mm.
people, okay, so ideally you want people to go and visit Pie Haven
Sure.
and go to Round Top, but
You can order online.
okay, your online ordering is also, I'm sure
Yeah.
sales are booming there too.
That's great. And then, of course, there's a cookbook. So you could, I mean, the thing is, like, I like collecting cookbooks. And I would be like, oh, well, I want to go there too. I mean, there is something different about it, cooking it in your oven and having it where it was originally started.
Well, I think your
get enough.
story is really incredible. Please
you.
send our best to Bud, your
Yeah,
dad, for a
for
quick
sure.
recovery. Congrats on the brand new book. We're going
Thank
to tell
you.
our viewers, Tara Royer Steele, where they can find it. More info on Royer's Pie Haven, Tara's book tour, or to order pies for the holidays, you can visit our website, HoustonLife.tv. Look for that scene on Houston Life section. And of course, don't forget to grab a copy of her brand new book, Keep Your Fork, There Is Pie.
Keep your fork, there's
Really good
mine.
pie, by the way.